news and people start riding on it without fact-checking it. Okay. So you have to fact-check.
Right. Okay, but word on the streets, not for me, word on the streets, we've heard that this is for...
Word on the streets?
We've heard that this is for stomach infrastructure. Because I'll ask you, what is the reason? They have said that it's to benefit the people, but is it really for the interest of the people? Because he made a statement, the statement that said that come to APC and all your sins will be forgiven. So are you going for your sins to be forgiven, or you're going for the interest of your people?
Let me tell you, it's like somebody telling me, come to TVC and your product will be showcased. I mean, TVC is a brand.
So then you're doing it to sell your products. What about
selling your message? You're selling your programs to the people. It's a medium, right? If I say come to the APC, and you will have liberty.
Is it me I'll have liberty, or my people will have liberty? Because at the end of the day, it's the people and not the person.
The people start from a unicellular number, right? I start from you. I connect to people around you. It becomes a people. But I must advance my advocacy, right? Selling of my party program to you first. Before I meet her, I meet him, it now becomes a people.
I think maybe we should have had you and your people's sins to be forgiven.
Let's get back to 2027. Yes, like we mentioned earlier, we see these alignments and realignments heading towards a major election like we are going to be having in 2027. But then the implication for 2027, or how it would impact the election come 2027, is another matter that a lot of persons have been speaking about. And I'd like to hear your perspective, how this will shape our election in 2027.
I think people should go back to history and learn history very well and see how political party was created, how it manifested, how alignment happened, and how it got robust. When Abat Macaulay formed, the people came in from America and all of that, they formed their own party too, right? The Awolowos came in, they formed their own party too. But Macaulay could not win fully without joining forces with Zeke, right? They merged, they joined forces, and they held on to Lagos and some other places, right? When we were to gain independence also, there was an alignment between Zeke and Awo. And overnight, the alignment also changed and moved to the northern forces, northern interests, and all of that. And they produced our first prime minister, right? Alignment will continue. It's about interest, it's about program, it's about your people, it's about your jurisdiction. As long as those alignments fuse, and it fuses with trust, then you move forward. You cannot remove alignment from political movement and political happenings.
Do you see trust in this, and how would this impact or shape our 2027?
Trust will be built on interest, will be built on programs, will be built on character, right? I have great trust in TVC that you are very objective and you keep putting out news and information that cannot be controverted. I've never seen much, or I've never really seen where you bring out fact and people now come and hit your fact and say X, Y, Z. So it means that you are doing your job thoroughly, right? There are bad people at the background working very well. So also for some political parties, right, that does their background checks very well, and they move forward.
So you are saying that this has no implication or impact on how 2027, the outcome of 2027 at the end of the
day? The implication is that the numbers will increase. If I have a number out of 200 million, I have 10 million, right? You have 30 million. You have 40 million. She has 2 million. And we all agree on programs, right? And let's assume it's a parliamentary system of government. The greater number will win the seats.
My question
so we all have to come and align. So it is in the advantage of the APC that people are coming willingly to align with them and selling their programs, right, in order to gain numbers. So it's a number game.
But we are saying that it's stopping them because some of these parties are now looking weak. Let's take the PDP, for example. Like, what chance do they have in 2027?
Don't bother about them. Listen. Let me explain. Don't bother about them, right?
Not just PDP, Accord, other parties actually.
Hold on, madam, hold on. Don't bother about them because you are not a member of their party, right?
Are you a member?
No, you.
Listen.
I'm not a member. I'm not a member.
Yours is to showcase what is happening.
Yeah.
You're mirroring what is happening. so that they can go and sit down to understand that the pool is big. The fact that some people have moved doesn't diminish what is remaining in the pool. This is not sleeping. Every day they are reaching out to people, talking to them, showing them their programs, creating jobs, walking the talk, and trying to achieve all of the said and sundry during the electoral campaigns. The pool is very, very big.
Right.
Okay. Should I?
Yeah, go ahead. Why not?
Okay. All right, with the Labour Party in disarray, PDP has lost so much of its power. Other parties, right now, the only one I can remember is the Accord Party. There are several
There's
others.
SDP.
There's SDP, okay. I hear there are 18. But we seem to hear about just 2. And this last election, Labour Party came up, and we started hearing. What if these parties say, look, we are so depleted, we are not going to run elections?
It is not my concern. It's not your concern. And I'll give you something that everybody can identify with, right? It's a sprint race, 100-meter race. You have about 8 people or sometimes 10 people, right, running the race. Somebody is practicing every day. You understand? Practicing every day, trying to gain momentum. Some are sleeping. Some are not really practicing, as the case may be. And we start the race. You have a Usain Bolt moving very far, and you have some people dragging behind. Are you going to blame a Usain Bolt that have practiced all of his life?
So what do you say to those who are now still saying that, blaming the APC for the collapse of this opposition party, saying that they planted stooges in this party?
I said earlier, he who alleged must prove.
Yeah.
I come from a background of civil society.
Right.
I'll give an example. When I was student union president, right, we were engaged in the school, in the university, that some provisions were not being made. We were not just talking. We knew the numbers of toilets that we have, numbers of classrooms, numbers of the blackboards, as the case may be, numbers of furnitures, and areas that there were gaps. We sat down, we put everything together. And we also approached the ASU in the lifetime of Professor Baka Momo and Dr. A.O.K. Noah. We sat down, that look, this is what we have. ASU too was engaged in the school. So we formed the union, and we checked, and we met with the government. So we're not just speaking, we are coming up with facts.
Unfortunately,
anybody that alleges must prove.
We'll have to leave the conversation here. Political commentator Ayodele Adewale, thank you for your time on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Right. Still ahead on TVC Breakfast, we will discuss the political reality.
本資訊是在 MSD 的支持下提供。